Yeah, I do have a history of multiple concussions, and I have traumatic brain injuries too. No, I'm not. I have. Yes, I do. Former cigarette smoker. I quit smoking cigarettes, but I still do use e-cigarette nicotine, just low strength nicotine. Mm-hmm. I'm also a medical cannabis patient, like I mentioned. So I use the DOH section 246, chapter 70 compliant, or chapter 246, section 70 compliant cannabis product. Yes, I was seeing dentists earlier this year. The last dentist I saw was in February. uh Oh yeah, regularly. I go in and get my teeth cleaned, and I've had all my cavities filled. Yeah. Oh no, I'm probably gonna get an implant at some point because I lost a tooth in 2018 when I was shot in the mouth. And I just haven't gotten an implant for it yet. But once I like get a tech job and get out through college and everything, I'm gonna try to set aside some money and get an implant for my tooth. I still mostly chew okay, but it would just be nicer to have the implant, so it's like everything's there and I can chew even better. Yeah, but it's literally just one molar of the like 8 molars I have. Yeah, because there's like those two rows of molars on either side makes like four and then 8. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did gain about 25 pounds this year. That was a little bit unexpected. I don't know what happened. Yeah, yeah. So earlier this year, by like February, March, I weighed like 120, 122, 125. And then the clinic wanted me to get my weight up, so I tried to eat more, and they gave me stuff for it. And I got my weight up to about like 150 something. Yeah. And that was within about 3 months earlier this year. It's like starting April to June or so, just getting into summer. Uh huh. Yeah, just trying to eat good and keep my weight on. Um, Not too much. No. No. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't use any substance. Um, um, Yeah, there is. So I do have some melanin in my skin, and it's good if you can avoid the melanin when you inject me with needles or anything, if there are any needles, um, because that helps preserve it. Yeah, and it's just natural. It's not a tattoo or anything. It's just some of my skin is like darker, and it's all over my skin. Like if you see on my arm, I have all this darker patches on my skin, and I just want to make sure I those don't get damaged by like needles, because of course my skin will scar white. So like if someone puts a needle right where my skin is black, it can scar it white, and I want to stay black, of course. Yeah. Melanin. Melanin is the compound in our skin, the organic compound that makes it dark colored. Yeah, it's because I'm albino, so some of my skin is like darker and lighter colored. Yeah, because of my South African descent. Uh, I think that's okay. Current stress. I've mostly just been stressing out about my project responsibilities with my self-employed home business. Because I've been working really hard just to get my site into production, get my software into production, and pushing new versions of it and updates, and that's certainly been keeping me up at night, which leads to a little bit of stress in the day. And it can be a little bit stressful in the morning because it's like, oh my gosh, I just worked so hard in the night and I didn't quite get the sleep I need or the calories or so on and so forth. So that's a little bit of a stressor. Mm-hmm. Um, I mean, mostly just like the people who, like I mentioned, like the people who sell me food on EBT, like my local cashiers and my local group too has been really supportive. The Python group that I go to, which is the language I use for partially at least for developing for the web. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's something I talk about at the groups I go to, and there's a regular crowd there. I'm one of the regulars too. We meet at least 3 times a month. Some months we can only meet about 3 or 4 times, but we usually meet for 3 weeks of the month, and we meet twice, one of the weeks. So 4 meetings a month. Yeah. I go to other groups sometimes too, but I've mostly been going to this one Python group because it's kind of a welcoming group. Python is a really friendly language for newer developers, so it's really kind of a language friendly group. It's a good place to put a large project together. Um, yeah. Um, I have been to. Wait, you mean outpatient, like going to a clinic every day, or just outpatient, like seeing clinicians every month? Okay, like hospitalization. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So outpatient. I've been in a number of facilities. I used to go to this facility in Alaska, and then I went to a facility in Hawaii. Um, actually, I went to a facility in Germany before that. Um, and I had virtual visits there too. Um, but since then, I've mostly been doing my care virtually, and I've had providers here in Washington. That was about like 10 years ago now. Uh, yeah, I have. Um, I've been evaluated by a couple of clinics who have just wanted me to see outpatient. Um, and uh, I've been to a Kaiser clinic in Hawaii. Um, and I was also at a facility up in Marysville briefly. That was in 2019. That was in 2018. Mm-hmm. No, no. Wait, what is that again? Oh, okay. Can I create that with a physician? Okay, yeah, that might be good. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm definitely ready. I'd like to meet with a clinician like a psychiatrist, like at least every 3 months or so, just to check in. 3 or 4 months is good. Or whatever they prefer. Earlier, yeah, is also acceptable. But meeting with a psychiatrist or a therapist would be better. Every 2 weeks or so. If we can do it virtually, that's ideal for every 2 weeks virtually, because then I can just be in my home and I have a good webcam here and a good computer and everything, so I can just go to the visit. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, that's perfect. That's what I need. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Um. Oh my gosh. Do I have to have an emergency contact? I don't really have anyone right now. I will try to coordinate so I can get an emergency contact together for you guys and we can get it updated. But let's just leave it blank for now. Yeah, definitely. No, no. No, I don't. No, no. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What do you mean? In what context? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I pretty regularly keep up with things, for the most part. I have been feeling a little bit anxious and on edge lately, but it's like, um, being being like seeing a provider, I think will help with that. Um, and just even just knowing I have a provider, like knowing you guys are real people, you'll work with me and get me like the telehealth I need, to stay healthy and stay on my meds, but then also like, get me the therapy services I need, and those are things I've sort of been reliant on that have been disrupted like since my therapy practice, was was causing problems for me. Mm-hmm. Um. Hmm. I'm just a very approachable person, so, I think I'm pretty universally approachable by the sort of, crowd that serves me here in Seattle. Definitely knock on my door. Like if you're just trying to get a hold of me, knock on my door. And as long as I'm not in like a visit like this, I can just answer and open up my door for you. I'm always answering when it's like sunny out and it's, early afternoon. Yeah. Like if you can't get through to me on the phone. Um, Definitely. I like to hold my rats, and I definitely breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. I hold my rats. I like to make lots of videos. I like to go outside holding my rats or holding at least one rat. I have a couple of rats. Um, and I like to drink tea. I usually calm down once I've had my tea and my medicine in the morning. It's just like being off of all of my medicines for the night. The mirtazapine, like the way it feels, is a little bit different. Like it's like I need my pills in the morning after I take it because it puts me out of energy and like I feel like I can't really move. But then when I get plenty of sleep and like get on a good schedule, it's like going to bed at a good time at work. So yeah, but yeah, um staying fed and nourished and hydrated is important. And then of course because I use caffeine or I drink caffeine, I need a little bit of caffeine, and that also helps with like menstrual symptoms and stuff like that. So that's nice. It can even help with cramping, like muscle cramps, and I totally get muscle cramps. Hmm. My legs used to be the worst for me. Like when I was younger, my legs were the worst, and they would cramp really badly. Hmm. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. If you don't manage to make it through to me, just send me a message in the chart with like a good time to call, and I can give you a call. Like a good time to call and a good number, and I'll make sure to call you this week or when you get back to me. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.